And we are live. Welcome to another For-All podcast. My name is Eric Keaton. This is Chris Davenport of Davenport's Dogs. He's our special guest, and he's going to have to just power through this opening segment. How you doing, Chris?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. And we're going to get to Chris's segment. You can go to his website, davenportsdogs.com, right?
Yep.
And then we're going to talk to Natalie Connor. Martha Bowden, our CEO, has a great interview with Natalie Connor of Love My Dog Resort. We have that great relationship with senior dogs. And then you're going to get to meet our newest pet doctor. That's Dr. Daoudiya. But Chris, we start every program on the For-All podcast with barking news. We don't have breaking news here. We have barking.
Perfect.
You remember that? You know, you're watching
Yeah.
TV at home and all of a sudden, dun, 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 breaking news. And breaking news back in the day with Walter Cronkite when I was growing up, shows my age, used to be something really, it's breaking news. And now it's like, you know, I don't know, the president has gotten up and he's walking across the street, and it's breaking news. Everything's breaking news.
I'd rather hear barking news.
You like barking news?
I'd rather hear it.
Yeah, here it is. Well, let's hear it. So, while I was out on vacation, we had another special transfer. That's right, our team, once again, doing the work. Mid-July, SPCA Tampa Bay assisted in transfer of about 20 younger dogs and puppies to our For-All shelter. The dogs traveled from Alabama, and we also worked with the Tampa Humane Society and the Bissell Pet Foundation. They helped transfer them to safety and receive our team's medical care and fostering, which, by the way, Chris, a lot of those dogs are being fostered up here in our administrative offices real close to our tiny studio. They should be available for adoption. That's Diego. Sometime soon. We'll keep you posted. Go to our website. That is spcatampabay.org. As always, click on the adoption tab, and there you can find out all the information when they'll be available. Right now, today, we have 45 dogs, 18 critters, including a lizard, a turtle, and 45 cats available. Not from that transfer, folks. That's a lot of animals in our care. And it costs about $25 a day to take care of those animals. And have you ever given your dogs Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
I haven't, but I'm sure they'd love it.
I know. Let's check out Bruiser. Bruiser, that's another part of our barking news. This is a TikTok video. Thank you, Ben & Jerry's ice cream for dogs. I didn't even know they made it for dogs. But I do now because our team was busy. You know, on this TikTok video, and a lot of our social media, Chris, we get a lot of questions. And I don't remember who asked it on the TikTok video, but it's the frequently asked question of our organization. I just wanted to get your take. We were talking about it a little earlier. They were asking, why does a dog like Bruiser on the adoption floor cost $125 and the puppies go for $400 and $1,000? Why is that?
Well, I didn't know until you told me, but my original guess was because the senior dogs don't have as long before, unfortunately, they pass. But it actually was because the puppies go a lot quicker, and the money that people give towards the puppies actually help take care of the senior dogs longer until they get adopted.
Yeah, $25 a day. A dog like Roxy, I was explaining to Chris, we have a dog right now named Roxy, and even Gizmo that's been here for several months. So you have a dog that's been here for 6 months. That's $4,000 in care, $25 a day, medical care, food, fostering, the licensing, whatever it may be. Dogs like Roxy are $125, and we have several puppies today on the adoption floor. $400, that helps those senior dogs, helps the promotion team to go out and get some additional ads to try to move them and get them into their forever home. Great. Yeah. All right, now it's all about this guy and Davenport's dogs. How did it start? How did you? It's a lot of questions. Rapid fire. But you're a combat veteran, so you know rapid fire questions.
Just to give you a little bit of my backstory, so I'm Chris Davenport, founder of Davenport's Dogs. We build beautiful products for your pets. So I grew up playing with Legos and erector sets as a kid. My dad was a carpenter, and so I was always working with him. I took welding classes in high school, so building things has just always been a passion of mine. I went to college to be an engineer, and I guess I decided I needed a little excitement in my life, and I joined the Army. And then I went to infantry school, airborne school, and spent the majority of my time in the military overseas in either Germany or Afghanistan. I got back, joined the corporate world, went and got a job as an engineer. Thought I was going to be designing and building cool stuff. When you have no experience, those jobs are hard to come by. So I spent 4 years at 2 very large companies, and I was just completely miserable. The money was great, but I was just unhappy. I gained a lot of weight. But in my spare time, I started building things again. And this business kind of started by accident because my wife wanted me to build us a cute dog bowl stand for our dogs. And when I did it, I put it on my social media, and I was overwhelmed by the amount of people that wanted me to build them one. And so 3 years later, here we are.
Yeah, have we been flashing there? That's a beautiful looking set, because I've also learned from pet health, it's actually good for dogs instead of going down to the ground to have their food elevated.
Yeah, so I mean, it helps promote better posture, and with the senior dogs, like you're talking about, it's easier on their joints, their neck, their shoulders, and also keeps their feeding area way cleaner.
And how did we start building this relationship between SPCA Tampa Bay and Davenport dogs?
So I saw in the last episode you had Mackenzie from OCC Roadhouse. So I've been doing their market, and I started talking to Amanda from SPCA at the market there, and I was telling her I actually started a podcast recently, so I was like, I would be interested in having some of you guys on, and she was like, "Why don't you come do our podcast?" I was like, "Absolutely."
So let's get back to the actual product. How long does it take you from start to finish to create one of those?
Well, if I'm just building one, it takes me about 3 days with a lot of gluing, drying, painting, drying, but currently we're at about a 2-week lead time with the orders we have. And everything we do, we build by hand ourselves here in Tampa, so there is a little time on it.
Are you customizing them according to maybe the dog's size, or customizing them just with name and color?
No, so if you go on the website, you can pick the size, the bowl size, the height. We personalize them with your dog's name if you want it. It's custom color, like whatever color you want. We do offer, so we have several different sizes on there that we've learned over the years, like most people go with either 6 inches or 12 inches
right,
or 15 inches. So we just kind of standardize them a little bit.
Okay.
But if you have like a certain dog, you're like, no, I need it 8.5 inches tall. We'll accommodate it.
So what about your dogs? Tell us a little bit about your pups, and when you first gave them that product, were they like, ooh, what's this?
So I have 2 dogs, Cora and Tilly. Cora is an Australian Shepherd, and Tilly is our rescue pup that we rescued her from a shelter in Kentucky back 7 years ago now.
Awesome.
So Cora is like, this is a bad time of year for her in Tampa. She is like very, very anxious when it comes to thunderstorms and fireworks. And Tilly is the calmest, chillest dog you'll ever meet until she sees a squirrel or a rabbit. Yeah. And then she goes into hunter mode.
My gosh, you and I have so much in common. My dogs are the exact same way. I have one that's a shelter dog. Got it from the firecrackers, 4th of July, thunderstorms. She is in my son's room trying to find that safe place. And the other one's like, she's like, just calm down.
Ours are opposite. Our shelter dog, she's fine with everything.
Well, yeah. And then the other one, the lab, she wants to hunt, and she's cool during all the storms.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So when I first built the stand for them, I mean, if you put food in front of them, they don't care what it is. They're going to eat it.
Yeah.
It was more for my wife because she wanted something to keep the area clean, and that looks cool.
Are you planning to expand the pet family, or
we started adding some cat products, like different like we have like cat bowls on there and different like funny cat signs and stuff, and we're actually in the process, we're preparing for the holiday season, and I'm designing a lot of stuff that we're going to add in the next few months. So we're going to be adding t-shirts, like personalized pet keychains, feeding mats, a bunch of different stuff coming soon before the Christmas season.
Crazy question for you. How are sales going? And it's just something, I don't know. I just get the vision of you going on like Shark Tank, and it's like these customized and seeing, is that something that's, too crazy, or are you wanting to keep it small business and I'm good?
Well, smallish. Like I have taken on one investor. I got a friend that's gave me quite a bit of money, and I have another partner who's actually working in the business, helping me with production and everything. And yeah, we're growing. Like we're looking to move into a bigger space next year. Wanting to hire a few people to help us out. So yeah, we're doing this for real.
Yeah. Well, I love them. I think they're awesome. When you also designed those, I was trying to look for some of the pictures for the bowls. One of my dogs, because you were mentioning that your dogs will eat anything in front of them. My Weimaraner, we'll just put any type of food in front of Roxy, and she just goes to town, and she would eat probably, I don't know, 10 pounds of ground beef if we made it for her in less than 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
So we have one of those. It's almost as big as this stand right here. This huge like maze where she has to slow down.
Oh yeah, the slow feeders.
Do you have them that big?
We don't carry them, but there's been several customers that were like, we need this made for this particular bowl. So, but like I said, we can accommodate whatever requests are given to us. Like, so if your dog needs a slow feeder, all we need is the dimensions of the bowl, and we'll cut out the hole so it fits perfectly in there.
Yeah, because I figured my dog was not the only one that needed that slow feeder.
That's a very common request.
Yeah, they're genius. I mean, it really slows her down. The Labrador now, she finishes like, what's taking you so long? And she still eats from her normal bowls. All right, let's talk a little bit about, if you'd like to, time in the military.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 4 years. So we were explaining to Matt here, our director, that we were both airborne.
Yeah.
But after your airborne school, you didn't get to go to an airborne unit.
I didn't,
so,
unfortunately.
Still, you had 5 jumps.
Yeah, five jump chump is what you guys call us.
I only had a handful more. All these deployments got in the way. Any experience from those 5 jumps that you can recall that were like, holy cow? Or?
Well, yeah, my very first jump. So, you have your 5 points of contact.
Yes.
It's like balls of feet, calves, hips, butt, lats.
Yeah.
Well, my first jump, I forgot all that. Like, so you jump out of the plane, I'm like, oh crap. So I had 3 points of contact. It was feet, knees, face.
Feet, knees, face. That's right. That is everybody's worst nightmare. The question that I always was asked, Chris, and jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, they're like, were you ever scared? And I said, after the first jump. I think the first jump, at least in my school, we had a lot of. I went through as a non-commissioned officer.
Okay.
So it wasn't like you guys right out of basic training, you're getting in and getting out. So I went through with a lot of my buddies and senior non-commissioned officers. So there must have been that point of relaxing, like, we've been there, we're doing a bunch of things. But after that first jump, we got into the second jump, and that airplane was so quiet. No more chatter. Everybody's like, I know exactly what can go wrong now. This is going to be horrifying if I don't land with the 5 points.
Oh, yeah.
Feet, knees, face.
I don't know. My first one was pretty scary. So I was the second. In our chalk. The chalk is just what they call the line of guys getting ready to jump out of a plane. I was the second, so I could see out the door the whole time. So I could, I was just waiting for that light to turn green, and I was gone. So when you can see everything, it's terrifying. If I was like 5 or 6 guys back, you're kind of just following the guy in front of you until you fall out.
My last jump with my unit, they gave me door position.
Oh man!
And my lieutenant colonel, the battalion commander, was jump master. And it was kind of like his last one and my last one, and he kind of looked at me when he's like standing in the door. I'm like, my gosh, I'm doing this.
Yeah, well, that's what's scary about it. You're sitting at the door for like 5 minutes looking at the ground, and just the planes just whipping by. The trees look like they're this big.
As long as at Fort Bragg, as long as the strip mall didn't show up and you could see, like, oh, we're in the wrong spot. Turn it around. That would have been horrifying.
Oh yeah.
But your engineer time in Army. Anything else to add about that experience?
I was an engineer in the Army. I was that was my degree. In the Army, I was infantryman, so I was just a grunt, just filling sandbags and.
Signed right up out of high school?
No. I went to college first. Actually, like I said, I got bored with college. I dropped out. Went to the Army, but I did some college classes while I was in the Army. So when I got out, it only took me a semester to graduate. But no, I wanted something different. And my grandpa fought in World War II. My brother was in the Army. He was a Cav Scout. It's just something I always wanted to do. And I had that itch, and I needed to do it. So I was like, I'm not getting any younger, so I better do it now. I was 24 when I went in.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Not a problem. Yeah, let's shake on. Anything else to add about Davenport's dogs? Because I know we're going to see you around. more often?
Yeah, it's davenportsdogs.com. Actually, I created a discount code for you guys. It's SPCA TV, and now it's 15% off everything on the website. SPCA TV. Yeah, Davenport's Dogs. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Davenport's Dogs, and you can check everything out there.
And podcast has started, coming soon.
Podcast has started. I've recorded 3 episodes, but it's not live yet. I'll announce it on my social media when it's live, and I look forward to having some of you guys on there.
Yeah. We're all doing this stuff. We're all doing podcasts, video pod, YouTube channels, TikTok. That's the next thing.
Got to do it all.
All right, super. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it has some great products, folks. Please, whether it's a Christmas coming up or your dog's birthday or Gotcha Day from Shelter, make a good Gotcha Day gift. At the end of the day, the dog won't care as long as they got food in the bowl.
That's true. And it's more for the parents.
Yeah, it's more for us. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a quick commercial. When we come back, special treat. Our CEO is talking with Love My Dog Resort CEO, Natalie Connor. All right, welcome back to the For-All PAWDcast. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Share this with friends. This is our 28th episode, I believe, if I'm counting correctly, where you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch all the video podcasts, or you can subscribe to our audio podcast on your favorite podcast provider, whether that's Spotify. We have our RSS feed on our website. You can go down to the bottom. We have all those social media channels. Please follow us. At the end of the day, all those follows, links, and shares, it gets out the information for the animals in our care, where you can help us with our mission, because every animal matters here at SPCA Tampa Bay and here in the community. Okay, very special interview to get to. Our CEO, Martha Bowden, is with Natalie Connor from Love My Dog Resort. They have some great, exciting news.
Thanks, Eric. I am so excited to be here today with our friend Natalie Connor at Love My Dog Resort and Playground. Natalie, let's talk a little bit about how did you get involved with SPCA Tampa Bay?
Probably about 13 years ago, and I was involved with doing a lot of little promotional events and your bigger events, and then it kind of grew into a solid partnership between Love My Dog and SPCA.
Yeah, you've been fantastic at Pet Walk. You've got that amazing train. But what really, I think, connected you and me was the Diamond Dog program, because we both have a spot in our hearts for seniors. Can you talk a little bit about that amazing program?
The Diamond Dog program was something that we developed together, and we were really focusing on dogs that were senior dogs, 7 years and older. And we wanted to make sure that these dogs, we considered them diamonds in the rough, and that we wanted them to have just a bigger opportunity to get adopted as some of the puppies or other dogs. So Love My Dog started doing some extra blood work and some other things that we could do to assure someone who was adopting a senior dog got a very healthy senior dog.
And that is such a big benefit to those animals, because they can go home with a complete blood work that gives the veterinarian that is working with this new pet a lot of good information, helps the pet really settle in the home, helps the adopter know what they're getting into. So it's an incredible gift that you give us.
I think we've done, Martha, a little over 700 dogs now, senior dogs,
Easily.
through the Diamond Dog
Yeah.
Program and SPCA and Love My Dog.
It's incredible, and it's such a gift to us and to the community because we get so many dogs that are over
Totally.
7 that are great, going to be great pets, and if we can help them get into a home, that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So, there's a lot of stuff happening within Love My Dog. Can you talk a little bit about how you're growing?
Yes. Right now, Love My Dog has 2 resort locations.
This is one of them.
This is one of them. This happens to be the downtown location. And the agenda is that Love My Dog wants to be a part of your pet's life throughout all the stages of the life. So whether it's a water park party or boarding or training or daycare, we want to offer all of that to any of the dogs in the Pinellas and Hillsborough County. In addition to that, we also are going to be getting into the Mutts and Martinis bar business.
Woohoo! Can't wait for
On
that.
Central Avenue because we decided, what the heck? We have all these great customers for over 14 years. Let's allow them also to bring their dog, enjoy a cocktail in a safe, fun environment with a great, fantastic water park feature moving down Central Avenue. So we're hopeful that opens in February or March of next year.
And did I hear you just opened a boutique or bought a grand opening of some kind of store?
Like I said, we're trying to wrap all this doggy world up into one big bow, and we bought a very professional grooming shop on 54th and 4th Street, and it's called Love My Dog Grooming and Boutique. And we have some very high-end upscale groomers there that do a wonderful job. So the last thing I'll mention briefly is sometime in 2023 we'll be getting into some of the therapy, and we'll be opening up Love My Dog Midtown and Therapy Center, which is right down the street here. And once again, that will focus on some of the dogs who kind of age out of daycare, but we still want them to exercise and get some nice thing to do as they age through life.
You really are taking care for a pet for its lifetime. It's a lot like our mission.
Exactly.
Making sure that those families stay together. So you can see why Love My Dog is an amazing partner for SPCA Tampa Bay. Thank you for being a part of our community and one of our ambassadors.
Yes.
Eric, back to you.
Thank you very much, Martha and Natalie. Boy, did you see all the dogs back there at Love My Dog Resort? That was amazing. They were having such a great time. One other thing to add about our partnership, Speaker Series is supposed to start in early fall. That means our pet doctors will be out at Love My Dog Resort with several topics, heat, pet health. Those are going to be some exciting topics, and I'm not sure the cost. I believe they're going to be what everybody loves to pay, and that is free. But exciting things going on with SPCA Tampa Bay and Love My Dog Resort. Okay, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to meet our newest pet doctor, Dr. Daoudiya. All right, time to talk a little bit about pet health, and that means headed down to St. Petersburg to our Tampa Bay, SPCA Tampa Bay Veterinary Center. Amanda Corzat has our newest pet doctor. She introduces you to Dr. Daoudiya.
Eric. We're here at the SPCA Tampa Bay Veterinary Center, and I am very excited to introduce our brand new general practice veterinarian, Dr. Alyssa Daoudiya. Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Daoudiya.
Yeah,
and
of
welcome
course.
to the practice here. We're very happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
So we'd like to introduce you to our community and our supporters today and just learn a little bit more about you.
Sure.
So where are you from originally and what brought you to Florida?
So I'm originally from Michigan. I was born and raised there, and when I was 18, I moved to Florida for college. So I went to undergrad at USF, and then I went to vet school at UF. And so mainly coming down here for college and just staying here for the amazing weather.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that brings a lot of us down here
Yes.
to stay for good.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your pets. What kind of animals do you have at home?
Yeah, so I have two cats at home, Felix and Mika, and they're both 8 years old, and they're the cutest, best little kitties. They're pretty much couch potatoes, and they just lay around all day, but I love them so much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where did you get them from?
So Felix I adopted back in 2013, so I've had him for a while. I adopted from just a local rescue, and then Mika I got her from a friend who had an
Aw.
outdoor cat that had kittens, so yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So why did you choose to work at SPCA Tampa Bay?
So what drew me into SPCA Tampa Bay is really the fact that it combines a general practice with shelter medicine side as well. So we have both aspects working together. So it's a certificate program where I took some extra classes and I did some extra rotations focused on shelter medicine. And I really just fell in love with shelter medicine. I love the whole herd population aspect of it. So I really wanted to incorporate that into my career. But I also wanted to do some general practice stuff, you know, seeing clients and getting that foundation as well. So this was just the dream job for me because I have the opportunity to see both sides of veterinary medicine. And so it was just a no-brainer.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what is your favorite aspect? I know you're pretty new to the organization here still, but what's your favorite aspect of working here at the vet center specifically?
So my favorite aspect, there's a lot of things I like. This is a great organization to work with, but one thing I really like is the camaraderie with the team, and just there's such a positive energy here, and everyone's main focus is to just give the best medicine we can give to the clients and have the best customer service too. So I just really love all the positive energy that comes from here.
Absolutely. I have to agree. Being a former employee of the vet center myself, I definitely have to agree that there's a great team here. So if you could give our clients and pet owners in general one tidbit of advice for their pets, what would that be?
So one piece of advice I have is for the cat owners out there. I'm a crazy cat lady, and maybe like a couple years ago, I transitioned my cats from a water bowl to a fountain, and I noticed them drinking so much more water, and they love their fountains. So now I have two of them in my house. So I would recommend cat owners try out water fountains for your cats. You're probably going to notice that they're going to drink a lot more water, which is great for their urinary health. So
awesome. That is actually a great piece of advice. I also use a fountain for my cats, and I just recently started using it. I've noticed the same thing. So that's definitely something that I think most cat owners wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
So what are your other professional interests other than general practice?
Yeah, so other interests I have, I already talked about the shelter medicine side of things. I'm really into exotics, so I really love reptiles. I like amphibians. So kind of like the creepy crawly things, I like those. So I'm definitely looking into getting more education on that, and then potentially in the future accepting clients.
Awesome.
Yes.
So what are your favorite pastimes to do now that you're in sunny Florida and the weather is warm and wonderful all the time?
Yes, I love being outside. So I really like, at home, I really like to garden. I have a little vegetable garden at home, and I have some flowers and stuff that I care for. I also like some adventure. So I like kayaking, hiking, camping, things like that.
Yeah, we've got some great kayaking down here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. It's wonderful to get to know you a little bit better and introduce you to our community here. And again, I want to welcome you. We're very excited to have you here.
All right, thank you, Amanda and Dr. Daoudiya. And if anybody can spell her name without looking right now, we'll send you a prize, maybe, or give you a thumbs up. a like on Facebook. Definitely one of the two. All right, when we talk prizes, let's talk about Tampa Bay Rowdies and our question or question of the week of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Fortunately, our team is later we'll get back out there with one of our top bets. But this week it was a little different. Instead of asking a question, we had a request from the great Camille Harkenrider. Show us your senior animals, your senior dogs. Let's see who's the oldest. And we had a lot of pictures come in. I think we had drop a photo of your sweet senior in the comments below or direct message us for a chance to win these tickets. We had 60 plus entries. And let's see who is the oldest who's going to win those tickets. It would not have been my pet. I can remember we had a cat, 21 years old, named Leroy, but 25-year-old. That is Muffy. Muffy looks like, whether it's he or she is having a good old time. And when you're 25, what do? You lie around on the carpet, I guess. I mean, that's all you can do. 25 years old, my goodness. That is crazy. What is that, in cat years? I mean, that is nuts. Wow. I mean, and like I said, I thought my parents had that cat Leroy for 21 years. I thought that was old, but man, 25 years. Congratulations. I don't know if you can bring Muffy to the Rowdies game. And I guess as long as you bring the sleeping environment, Muffy will be just fine. One more thing to tell you about, big event coming up at SPCA Tampa Bay. And matter of fact, Clear the Shelters month starts August 1st. It's the whole month of August, but we are going to celebrate on August 27th. We like to call it 827-2022. That's right. That's when we are going to clear the shelters here at SPCA Tampa Bay. Just save that date. Adopt some animals. Get them to our pet hospital for your own animals that you have. Maybe you're not ready for an adoption yet or another animal family. Visit our veterinary center. Get booked. It may take a few weeks down the road because if you haven't figured out why we're celebrating having a new doctor, they are in demand. There is a shortage right now. That's why it may be a little hard whether you're going to another pet hospital or ours to get an appointment 2 days from the date that you would like to make it. Let's be realistic, folks. It just doesn't work that way. It probably doesn't work with you wanting to get your car worked on at your favorite dealership or down the road either. Okay, that was my small little rant. We'll end on a good note. Thank our guests from Davenport's Dogs. That's Chris Davenport. Great interview with Natalie Connor. You met Dr. Daoudiya. You found out that our Clear the Shelters date is August 27th, 827-2022. Please do not call that phone number, though. I have no idea where it will go. Remember, like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next For-All PAWdcast, spcatampabay.org/podcast to find out our schedule. Have a great day, everybody.